So I thought it was a very impressive program. I very much enjoyed the content. The there's a review of basic coaching practice as a coach, which I found insightful. There's further training on how to be an effective coach. But the thrust throughout the program is, as Tamer was saying, about how you get into a market and describe your market, describe what's unique about you as a coach, and make sales. And it's a very practical, there's concentrated steps about you could do this, and then you could do that, and you could do that. So yeah, it very much does what it's advertised to do, builds confidence and expertise and breadth of coaching knowledge. And I certainly benefited from that. And an almost step-by-step guide as to how to make yourself generate a revenue stream. And it's very practical and credible.
Okay, so I'm an organizational and leadership development consultant, and I joined this course initially to improve skills related to how I can help coach teams and leaders on certain topics, and help also be better at asking the right questions, and helping them through their thought process, becoming a more strategic partner to them as well. The most benefit I got, I think it's very personal, which is especially the strength module. When I took the Gallup strength assessment and we went through what it actually means, like the different talents, and what are the limits of these talents, whether like the positive or the negative side. I think that was a very eye-opening exercise for me, as it helped me understand myself better in terms of the way I perform and work, and why I act the way I act. It really also helped me better identify the strengths that are at play, and knowing where they are actually acting against me. That was like the biggest takeaway from me. It was very personal. My advice to anyone joining this program is to first be very much aware of the amount of time investment it takes. Like, I think I underestimated a bit the time investment that this program takes, and really give it its time, and do the work gradually, because there's a lot to take in, and if you don't practice in between, you will feel that it's too much at the same time. So my advice is really to give it the time it requires in order to get the benefit out of it.
But I always saw coaching as the next phase of my career. And so, when I joined the ICE program back in December 2022 to do the strengths coaching, which I agree with what Reza said, and Jordi, like the strengths is phenomenal. But that put me on a new path. And originally I would sort of maybe 2-3 years down the line look to get my own coaching business, because I was, had this corporate world job. But things happen. Again, sometimes you don't expect them, but they're actually good. Life is what happens when, other things happen. And so I'm now in a position where I can look to really start to accelerate that business, coaching, consulting, writing, public speaking. So again, a big thanks to Taimur and everybody at ICE for this opportunity. I've certainly learned a lot of core coaching skills to build on top of a lot of corporate experience. I've done a lot of mentoring, but I think the ability to really work with people. And I've had a number of clients sort of in at the deep end. People at my former company said, "Hey, you're a coach now. Can you come and coach us?" I'm like, "Okay, I've just started, but yeah, okay, let's go." Right. And I had so many nice comments from those people that, that I've had an impact, and they've said some really nice things, because I asked them for some testimonials, like natural at coaching and all of these things. It's great to hear, because it's a great confidence booster. Because like everyone else, you have doubts, am I where am I going with this? Sometimes some clients, it's like, this is a mess. I got to come out of this. But again, as you do more of this, you start to get a sense of, for me anyway, like where the patterns are and ways out. So it's really been a great journey.
So let me start with my introduction. I'm an HR professional. I've been in this team for 15 years. I've myself experienced coaching while I was, grooming up to be a future leader, especially a female leader in the sports industry, which is very, very few. And I saw the benefit of coaching, and I wanted to, learn coaching and practice coaching. I did have multiple opportunities to coach people, but I also felt that I didn't have all the weapons and tools in my back pocket to do a good job at coaching people. So I decided to enroll onto this program with ICE, and I think that's been a game changer moment for me. I go back to the first session that Temur had with us, where he said, at the end of this program, you're not going to be the same person. You all are going to change. And I had that written. And I often wondered whether, that was even possible. But today, when I reflect, I think there's definite change in me, and that's much deep rooted. So some of the benefits that I'm taking away from this program, apart from enjoying and making these connections with every single person on this group, is, it's basically that deeper understanding of myself, and that ability to, like Marie just said, that ability to sort of understand yourself very, very well, almost predict what your reactions are, simplifying complicated challenges that are in your mind, not only at work, not only working with people, but also in a very personal scenario, with your relationships with different members of the family. So I think that for me has been a big takeaway from this program, where I'm coaching myself. I feel on many occasions my mind is always thinking through different scenarios, is bringing a lot of clarity. Another big tangible sort of outcome for me has been that, when I came onto this coaching program, I didn't think that there was going to be so much of an external demand, or even for that matter, internal demand within the organization that I work. But today I'm sitting with a wait list of people where I need to, instead of, at one stage I felt that I'd have to accelerate, and I was totally clueless in January this year when I was putting together my goals for the year on how I was going to, sort of progress. But today, when I look back, I do have a list of about 8 or 9 people who want to enroll onto the program, but I don't have the bandwidth to take them because it's starting to affect my other areas of things that I do. So I think that in itself is a big achievement for me. I'm very, very confident that I will want to make some progress in coaching, getting, onto future programs. But I think that I also want to reflect on whatever I've learned in the last 6-7 months, enjoy that moment a little bit without, my arranger sort of going all over and taking on more. I just want to stay in this moment and sort of enjoy this and practice as much as possible, become excellent in this field, drive impact, and then probably reach out to Temur again for, moving on to the next level within this.
So I'm going to speak from my heart here today. So I'm not prepared. I've not prepared anything while, we were in a line to, speak about what benefits we are getting out of this coaching program. So I remember the first time when we were talking, Temur, and I spoke to you discussing about what's my passion, where I want to make a difference. And since then, I have been at a great receiving end from ICE. You have been a great coach. And I remember one program which I did with Symbiosis, and I had a coach there. After that, I think this is one of the best programs that I've enrolled for. And I'm going to suggest this even to my colleagues, to my friends. I've actually done that to one of my friend who was my batchmate in my earlier coaching program. So this program has helped me to actually think through a lot of things which were holding me back. So it's kind of made me open up to life It's kind of helped me to make great friends on this platform. These interactions have been so fulfilling and enriching for me from the perspective of learning. I've just been learning, and I think I'm going to be a forever learner. And that's also one of my strengths uh, in the talents that I discovered in the Gallup test.
Yeah.
When I'm seeing people coming to me, it gives me a sense of purpose. It's giving me something inside me is telling me that, hey, you wanted to do this, you wanted to go out and support there and stand there with people, help them, transition or look at how they can be more happier or would witness life to a more fulfilling, perspective. So that's giving me a sense of happiness somewhere inside. I feel nice. So those are the benefits, Tiger. And these are only the smaller things which I have told you, which is on the surface. At the bottom of it, the iceberg is a huge one, and I think everybody should get, once in a lifetime, should wear this coaching hat. That's all from my. Thank you so much.
Myself and others have been in awe on some of the sessions you've done, where you've impromptu talked about people, what their issues are, and in a very short time sorted the whole thing out using your talents. And I think that's an aspirational exercise for all of us to try and achieve. So and it just goes to show, if you practice and practice, you could do that too. So that's my ultimate aim, is to get to the level that you have, not because of a personal goal, more to do the more help you can give to people in a short time is really the issue for me. As far as tangible benefits are concerned, sort of immeasurable. You have to learn about yourself before you can sort of help other people, and I've learned a lot about myself, the strength coaching area and learning talents. Again, later in my career, I found out things that are obvious, but I was never in my mindset at the beginning. The learner part, and I'm thinking, yes, of course, that's why I've done these things in my life. It's a very late time in my life to figure these things out, but so it's been incredibly useful, and I've benefited from that. So as far as other skills, the listening skills and awareness, I think it's been really useful for me to try and stop, think, listen, and try and be aware of what's actually going on in the moment. I'm not there yet by a million miles, but to actually be aware that that's something you need to do will vastly improve, I think, my interrelationships with people. So yeah, it's been a really, I think, great value for money. I'd recommend it. So thank you very much for putting it all together and running it. I think it's been really good. Plus my colleagues here, I've learned a lot from everyone on the in the cohort, the exchanges we've had, learned a bit about them, and that's been great. I like that sort of thing anyway. So it's been good.